Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. If you're new here, hi, my name is Dominique. Today I have a bit of a meal prep video to share with you all. Just over the last 3 or 4 weeks, I've just filmed a few meals that I have frozen just for convenience for later on during the week or later on during the month. So I've just got some backup meals. So a few of the meals at the beginning of the video, I didn't actually show myself cooking them, so I didn't film them, but I have just given you a rough idea of the ingredients that I have used in them, because nothing is really complicated in this video. I'm definitely trying to cut corners when it comes to cooking now, when it comes to cooking, coming to washing up, all those sort of things. I'm trying to make life easier on myself and my family so I can spend more time with my family. I have a dishwasher, which really I'm so grateful for, because that does so much. It's so satisfying to have a dishwasher and know that I don't have to spend hours in the kitchen washing up all night. But I do need to make life easier on myself when it comes to preparing and cooking foods, because I used to just make it too complicated. So now I'm just trying to definitely make life a little bit easier by having some meals frozen in the freezer for myself and my family. So yeah, so that's pretty much what this video is about. I haven't done too much. It's not so much batch cooking. These things you could make in batches. Like with the muffins that I've made in this video, I wish I would have had a few more muffin containers so I could have made batches of them to freeze. But I really want to trial the muffins first in the silicone muffin trays that I have bought, and I'm tempted to buy some more of them because I just love them so much. But I really do hope you enjoy today's video and it gives you some ideas and some inspiration with some cooking or some freezing meals for yourself and your family. And let's get into today's video. So we want to make up a quick frittata to freeze. So we've just chopped up celery, spinach, we've got grated carrot, sweet potato and normal potato, and cooked it off in a pan. Fresh parsley was also added. After we've cooked it off in the pan, we added around 10 eggs. We whisked it up, and also around about a cup of cheese, poured it into the tray and put it in the oven. We cooked it in an oven around 180 degrees for around about 25 minutes and got a really big batch out of it. No one let myself to hold my hand. Standing in the shadows of where we have been. Sleeping with your back. And while we were chopping up the ingredients for the frittata, we just made extra so we can make this dal. It's basically just celery, onion, garlic, carrot, spinach, fried off in the pan. Then we added a stock, a litre of water, and red lentils and curry, and just cooked it in a pot. So there's not really any recipe to it. We just added what we had, you know, out of the garden as well, like to get rid of some of the celery and all that sort of thing. And I got lots of bags out of it, as you can see, and we got containers to freeze, and it makes really nice. It's a really nice curry, and you can just even add this with rice, or you could just add it with chicken or something like that, or add the chicken to it. So the next meal on the list is a really easy one. I'm just going to be making up some savory muffins without flour. I'm just going to be using egg. So I've just got some of this garlic infused olive oil. I've just put a little splash of that into the pan. You can use any oil. Once I've got that up to heat, I'm just putting some chorizo sausage in there. I think I've used 2 to cut 2 up. And I've also got some shallots as well, just to give it that really nice oniony taste. So I'm going to fry that off for a while till it browns, and then I'm going to add the eggs. But I've just cracked 8 eggs here, and I'm going to mix them up. I just thought it was a lot easier for me just to get my hand mixer out instead of using a fork or a whisk. So I'm just going to do this with this little hand mixer. It's so much easier, and it does a better job. It makes them a lot more fluffier. So I'm just going to mix that up. I'm not adding any milk to it or anything like that. It's just going to be just plain egg, because I know sometimes when you add milk to things or cream, sometimes it can get a real watery consistency. So I just wanted these to work, so I will try that next time. But I've just added now the sausage and shallots mixture to the muffin trays here. I got these trays from Aldi. They're really good. So I've just put it on the base of it, and I'm just going to pour now the egg mixture, which was just 8 eggs, over the top of the sausage. And I always hope when I'm doing this sort of thing that I've got enough of the egg mixture to go over the top, because it's a little bit hard to take some out of one and put it in the other. But yeah, so I did have enough. So I'm just going to also top that off with some grated cheese now. I'm not sure how much I used. I just used half a handful on each one because I didn't know how high they were going to rise in this muffin container. So this is what they look like. I've just left them in the oven for like 25 to 30 minutes because my oven is not very good and I have to keep checking it. But you just cook them till they like really firm up and they get bigger as well. As you can see, they're like really popping out of the muffin containers now. They look really good. I would have liked to make like 2 batches, which I could have done, but I don't have 2 of these muffin containers and I didn't have enough eggs because I've just sort of left 3 eggs. So I've only actually used 8 eggs in this. So let's have a look at what they look like when I get them out. So as you can see, they're really big. They're just super hot. I should be using tongs. So that's them there. I've just pierced one to make sure it's all cooked all the way through and it's fine, nothing's runny or anything like that. So I'm going to pop them into these container now. And these are so good. The last time we made these, I just made them out of those like baking trays and everything stuck to it. It just didn't turn out good and you're missing half the egg mixture because they're stuck, and these are so good to use. And I got these from Aldi, so they're really worth you know, not just getting them from Aldi but getting some of these even for cupcakes like, or muffins, like sweet muffins as well. So look at that. I mean the kids will probably have half of one of them each, but these are great to freeze. And you don't need meat in them. I could have just put a bit of spinach, or if I don't have any of that, you could have just used some egg and onion or anything like that. So I'm going to be doing a bit of meal prep here. This is really easy. I've just bought some of this free-range Australian chicken, and I've also got some Moroccan chicken simmer sauce, the Master Foods one. So I haven't used this one before, but I'm interested to see what it tastes like. This was just a substitute that chicken. I usually do buy like the cheaper one, but this one was so easy to cut up. It was so tender and it didn't feel tough when I was cutting it up. And yeah, so it was definitely a better quality chicken, that's for sure. So I'm going to just marinate this overnight. I've cut up the chicken and placed it in here in this glass dish. I'm going to put the lid on that and that's going to go into the fridge overnight. I've also chopped up some carrots and put them in water because they're going to go into the side container of our meal prep like containers that I'm putting this in. And basically tomorrow I'm going to put that in the cooker, and I'm also just going to chop up a few potatoes to boil. I didn't chop them up now in case they go brown, but I want to just do that tomorrow, and that's basically it. So it's really, really easy to just get up tomorrow and put this in the slow cooker and boil the veggies on the side. So the next day I've just put this in the slow cooker just as it is, and I'm going to cook that. I'm not sure how many hours I did it for. I think I put it on low for around about 3 hours, depending on your cooker. And while that's cooking, I also made a fresh loaf of bread. This was just the crusty white bread. And I think the brand is it Lork? I think it's a Lork. I think that's how you say it. But it's really nice and it's so quick and easy. I just add water to the mix. It's already leveled out for me, like it's already weighed out in bags, the mixture. So I pour the mixture in, put a bit of yeast that they give me in and some water, and it's done. Shut the lid and put the machine on. I just love it. So that's going to go with a meal. And so these are the containers, and I got these ones from Kmart. I'm pretty sure they still sell them. When I find out the price, I'll put it up on the screen. But this is the first time I've used these. As you can see, it's been sitting up on the shelf for so long. So I thought, why not try it with this chicken? And I can put these in the fridge for either myself or my husband for lunch, or if the kids want one. So just 4 already ready in the fridge for the next couple of days. I thought was really good. And I can also freeze them if no one eats them. But yeah, so they're really good. I think they're perfect size for like rice or stir fries or some veggies on the side or whatever you want to do. So what I'm going to do is just basically, take the lids off these, give these all a good wash. And then I'm just going to add all the chicken in. I've boiled my carrots and my potatoes, and I'm going to put them on the side. So that's the finished product. I did get 4 containers out of the chicken that I showed you, which wasn't quite a kilo of chicken. But I've just boiled potatoes and some boiled carrots, like I said, put them on the side, and then that's just a pretty healthy sort of a meal. You could also add rice to it to make it more filling, but these were really meant to be for more of a lunch meal. And I don't usually use these simmer sauces, but I am starting to realise how quick and easy the process of them are when you're really in a rush, but you want to eat good healthy food as well. So, you know, when they are on special, I am going to start buying a few more of them. But usually I do make up my own teriyaki sauces and things. But yeah, this was really quick and easy. So I've got 4 really good meals here that I can pop in the freezer for either lunch and dinner, and it really didn't take me long to prepare and cook. And now I'll show you what the bread looks like. I've just cut it up a bit. It looks really delicious. I love this with just fresh butter. It just makes the best toast. Like, even if it goes a little bit stale, you can make really good toast out of it, or croutons. And with prices of bread rising so much, I'm definitely making more of my own bread nowadays. Just cooking sausages for dinner tonight. Half the family wants sausages and bread, and the other half want curried sausages. So I got that big pack of sausages from Woolworths, and I'm frying some up here for the kids mainly, and I'm also making a batch of curried sausages. Now this doesn't look too appealing at the moment, but this is how I cook them usually. I sort of boil the fat out of them, then I'm going to chop them up and put them back in the pot, like drain the water off, put them back in the pot once they're cut up. I'm going to add some carrot, I'm going to add some onions with it, which I've got frozen ones already ready, because this is like, you know, nearly 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The kids are just home from school and I'm in a rush to cook it. So we've got grated carrot. I've also got some peeled Italian tomatoes I'm going to put in there, and I've also got some mild chicken curry. Now this is a bit different because it's chicken curry, I only just noticed, but I'm going to see how that will turn out with the sausages. It's better than me making a curried sauce, so we'll see what it's like. And I've also got some peas. I'm going to put some frozen peas, some onion and carrot in there with all that, and yeah, I'll show you what it looks like at the end. And I've also got the rice cooker cooking. I love this little thing, it's so good. I've put 3 cups of rice in that, and I can just freeze it in little bags. The rest of it that's left over, but I don't think there's going to be too much left over. This is going to go back in, I'm going to have a lot left over. So these are pretty much cooked now. I've cooked most of the fat out of that. I'm going to drain them off. The kids will probably have an early sausage with bread and onion soon, so I'll give them their sausages first. Let's get into making the sausages.
I know you're hurt. I can see it in your eyes, babe.
So the kids' dinner's cooked. I've just put some onions in there to fry them up for them, and they'll probably just have theirs with bread. But I've got this going in here, so it's going to be interesting because like I said, I've used the Master Foods chicken curry simmer sauce in sausages, but it shouldn't be fine. It should be fine. I don't think it's going to make much difference anyway. Just pop the peas, onion and carrot in there. I always sort of put carrot in because it makes it thicker. And I put some canned tomatoes in and some water, and yeah, I mean, I could have cut up potatoes and all that to make it even more thicker, but I've got my rice, so yeah, so that's going to go into the freezer, whatever's left over after we have that tonight, and the kids will just have theirs with bread and butter. Always sort of making 2 separate meals for dinner, but that's just the way it works sometimes. And even after we've had dinner, I managed to get 4 containers to put in the freezer because we're probably not going to eat that again tomorrow. And so I've just put it all with the rice. It's a little bit of a mess there, but I'm going to chuck that in the freezer, and I've got some more meals for probably next week. Thanks everyone for watching today. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you soon for my next ones. Bye.